believe God can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, for sure, yeah.
So the Bible should have no mistakes in it.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
I agree, yeah.
And if there were mistakes in the Bible, would you have a problem with that?
I'll definitely question myself.
Let me show you one, okay? Just so you can see. And this is clear cut, okay? So this is 2 Kings, okay? He's talking about Isaiah, okay? This 2 Kings 8:26. He was 22 years old when Isaiah began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. How old was he?
22.
22. Yeah?
22 years old, yeah.
And who are we talking about?
Isaiah.
Okay. Now, if the same Isaiah in Second Chronicles was 42 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned a year in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Athaliah, daughter of Omri. If you can address this one point for me.
Please.
So, why is God making a mistake here?
What mistake?
How old is Isaiah when he began to reign? Was he 22 or 42?
22 years old, right?
He's 22 or 42. Which one is it?
But how is that a mistake though? I don't get it. Like, how is that?
How old are you?
21.
Okay. Are you 21 or 41?
21.
21. You can't be both.
Yeah.
So why has Isaiah got two ages here?
I have no idea.
I do, because there's two bloodlines, this being the father, or some say he looks like this, which shouldn't be too hard to believe considering we now know that Septimius Severus looks like this. This book by Mrs. Dalloway speaks about Septimius Severus and his ideals on religion. Reads that there are two religious imageries and events. One offers to sacrifice to God, while the other embraces death as a heroic defiance against Christianity. In this atheistic anti-religious novel, Septimius is a Christ figure, suggesting a continuation of the ironic view of religion. In fact, the agony of Septimius is precisely that of Miss Dalloway's. He yearns for the unity and integrity of existence which would give significance to his life. So back to the topic at hand. There are two bloodlines. Now, the War of the Peters was very significant because they are talking about bloodlines. And when you're thinking about the Old Testament and the New Testament, they're speaking about the religious wars. Or in other words, two bloodlines. So let's get into it. This is Peter of Castile. He comes by many titles and names, but he is extremely important to our history today. And this is his bad mind brother from another mother. No, literally, she's a side chick. And whether it was love or not, she had more children than Peter's mom. You can imagine how vexed she was when she found out that she was encouraging her illegitimate son to vie for the throne. Nevertheless, he did, and he brought this Peter in on it for a sum. Listen, I don't make these pictures, and eventually the truth comes out, so pick whichever one you want. So Peter the Just or the Cruel or of Castile is supported by these countries: Edward the Black Prince and John Gaunt. He's coming with himself, big bad man, and the Kingdom of France, obviously with Peter of Aragon's help. But let me tell you something. This is Peter of Aragon again. Yeah, looking saucy. You see, this is what I'm trying to say to you. In this picture, he's called Jean or James El Conquistador, James I. Look at all these names. So every time they conquer a people, a religion, a country, they change their name, and they often change their name to the person they conquered. Here he is, pictured with the Moors, asking for permission for something, while he's on his way to Majorca to conquer Abu Yahya. A Moor is a Muslim of dark complexion, and if you're not of dark complexion, you're a white Muslim. Britannica. How else do we know? Because of this, and this, and this. The original coat of Aragon. So when the Moors fell, the Europeans took advantage of it, and so the good Aragons and their illegitimate children had trouble too. All of that was Norse colonization of North America. Yes, the Danish, the Hammer of Thor, white Amazonian Indians. So if you get kicked out of your country, good or bad, you're going to go and try and set up camp somewhere else, aren't you? And once again, they go with religion. So we started with the two Peters, Peter of Aragon and Peter of Castile. Now his brother Henry, after a few tries, eventually he did win the throne, and killed his brother. I bid you a good night. Enjoy your festival.